Hi, everyone. My name is Vivian Stewart, and I am one of your librarians at Southwest. I want to welcome you to this virtual classroom experience. The title of this session is Researching and Outlines for Special Topics. Now, I am also one of the librarians that is embedded in your online class. So I have seen the emails from your instructor concerning the special topics assignment, and I know that your assignment asks you to select a topic, that you are supposed to write a short paper, and you are supposed to develop an outline. Now, your instructor has encouraged you to reach out to us for assistance, but I know for some students that can be a bit challenging and you really don't feel comfortable asking for assistance. So, what I decided to do is to just simply create a video for you that will help walk you through the process with hopes that this will make it a little bit better for you. So I do hope that this video will help you. Now, at this point, I am at the library's webpage, and I'm not sure if you have ever been on our page before, but the way that you would get to this page is you just need to go to any of the public websites for the school. And in the blue banner at the top, you'll see the word library, and this will bring you here. Now, this does not include My Southwest. Now, because you already have your assignment is open now and you possibly have a deadline, instead of me starting off by taking a look at the library's homepage and the different type of things that you can access from here, let's just go directly to working on your assignment, okay? At this point, I suggest that you select the full screen view to make sure that you can see everything that I am about to do. As I simply scroll down now, you'll see the option for databases, and that is where we're going. Now, from what I understand, you are able to use popular search engines. Okay. I want to show you alternatives to using popular search engines, which will be our databases. Our databases will provide you with authoritative, credible, and scholarly type information. And for college students, this should be your goal, not taking something that you feel very comfortable with, which is using Google and using it all of the time, but learning how to use other resources that will carry you throughout your college career. And our databases will do that for you. So I hope that after I show you maybe two or three resources, that you will start considering using our databases, not just for this particular assignment, but for other assignments and other classes that you may have. Now, I want you to know that because you're working remotely, a Southwest username and password will be required. So on our page, as I scroll down, you will see that we have an alphabetical listing of broad categories. Categories start with biographies and it goes all the way down to science. I have seen at least two or three of the topics that you all are working on, and I know one of them involves emergency room abuse and how to decrease it. So I will look at that along with the childhood obesity one. I am selecting the category of current events, and you will see we have a listing of databases. We have our recommended websites for this category, and multimedia will provide you with videos that you can actually watch. I am selecting America's News, which is our largest newspaper database. At this point, I am required to sign in order to access it. But actually, once I am signed in, I will have access to all of the databases on this page. So, America's News has over 11,000 resources. I am sure that you can easily perform a basic search, okay? Because what I've seen a lot of students do is based upon this topic, they will actually type in how to decrease emergency room abuse. And see, and really, you should not place all of that on a search bar because when you're performing a keyword search, it's just searching for all of those words. And that's why you have such a large number of results. So I want to introduce you to performing a advanced search. I am selecting more search options. This will help us to find very specific information. So on this page, the very first box says, enter any keywords such as a name, event, or topic. As I click inside of this box, I am about to type in emergency room. Was it emergency department? No, emergency room abuse. Let me just simply copy this so I don't have to type it in again. Now, next you'll see select a field, and you may not be able to see my options, but when I select my down arrow, I have several options, and I am selecting headline, which means these words should appear in my headline. I have my Boolean operators of and if I select my down arrow, I have and or a not. I am leaving it at the default for and inside of the second box. Now, at this point, I looked at my search strategy. So before I actually started, I wrote down different terms that would help to get me to the same type of information. So instead of using decrease, I have the words like limit, reduce, lower, you know. Instead of using abuse, I may have placed crimes. You just think of different terms. So if one set of terms do not work, you will have others that you can actually try. So at this point, I will actually type in decrease or lower. Okay, the correct spacing. Now, you may not be able to see my options, but when I select my down arrow, I am selecting all text, which means these words can appear anywhere in my article. You have a plus and a minus sign, so if I wanted to add another filter, I could. I have an option to sort, and in my down arrow, I have best match, newest, or oldest, and I am selecting best match. So now I'm searching. And let's see how many results it actually finds for me. Okay, I have 10 results. Now I could easily go back in and make changes to change my words around if I wanted to. But I am basically looking for something to get me started to help me try to find other terminology that I can possibly use in order to get to the same place. So when you look at your results, this is what we actually have. And remember, these are news sources. We have the titles of the article, you have the date, you have the name of the news source and where it's located at. You may have the name of the person who wrote the article, and this one provides me with the page number so I know that this is actually a print newspaper. Now, of course, every article will not be something that I could use. So, a lot of times, what you just need to do is use good judgment skills. Now, as I performed this search earlier, one of the things that I started noticing is that I really wasn't clear what you were actually looking for this particular topic because I didn't know if you were looking for abuse when it came to like abuse that was crimes that were happening in the emergency room, or was it abuse with different drugs that were being dispensed when people come to the emergency room. So sometimes you just need to also ask questions for clarification. So I am sure that you know how you want to approach that, but that was just something that came to mind. So I have decided that I possibly want to look at this particular article. Now, if I wanted to, I could easily get a preview of it to make a determination. I'm simply selecting my title, and now I have the full text of this article. So at this point, as I'm reading through the article, not only am I looking for relevant information that I possibly can use, but I'm also looking for other search terms that I can kind of go back in and try my search strategy again. Not only do I have the ability to read through this article, but if I wanted to, I could actually listen to it. All of our databases will come with a set of tools. So as I move my mouse over each one, you can see what each one of these tools will actually do. We also have the navigational arrows to go back to the results list. I could go to the previous article or to the next article. Possibly the most important tool for you will be cite. Okay. So you have the ability to cite the source that you've actually used because you do not want to be accused of plagiarism. You cannot just simply copy and paste something from an article and use it as your own. You have to always give credit for where you've gotten it from. So export citation will allow you to export that information out to the various tools that are listed here. Though all of these are not free, okay? So it may be easier for you to simply select the style that your instructor has told you, copy the information, and then go back and format it correctly. So if you're looking for very current information, a newspaper is always the best way to go. I'm simply closing this out. Back at my listing of databases, I am now selecting database collections, and we are going to TEL, which stands for the Tennessee Electronic Library. Now, the Tennessee Electronic Library has close to 60 titles in it. Now, we will not perform an advanced search, but we will do something very similar, okay? So remember I typed in, and I could just paste this, emergency room abuse. Now, what I'm doing is typing the word and, which knows I want to add something else onto it. And this time, let's use reduction. I just changed the form of a word. And now I'm searching. And I see I spelled reduction wrong, so I need to go back. So give me one moment. Okay, now let me try it again. Okay, waiting to see what it actually finds. Okay, under showing results for, I have 2 magazine articles. I have 54 academic journals. I have 16 books that I can look through, and I have 75 newspaper articles. Okay. If I even wanted to filter through my information, I could select by a certain publication date, add another subject on, or document types. Okay. So keep in mind, once again, every article will not be something that you can use, and we can always go back and try to change up the word in a little bit, and we'll do that in just a moment. But I want you to see that this is my title. You have your author's name. You have the source that it came from. You have the date. I can see the number of words. This is an article. I have my reading level, and then it pulls a couple of sentences from the articles, okay? By simply selecting the title, I can now view the full text of this article. So as you are reading through the article, you're looking for the most relevant information. You also have some tools. We have the ability to cite this in these 3 styles listed here. I have the ability to translate this into multiple languages. I can increase or decrease the font size. I can listen to this if I want to. If you have a Gmail account, you can sign in and send this to your Google Drive. We can easily sign in using the Southwest credentials, send it to the Microsoft OneDrive. There's an email option. You could download this to a USB drive, and then you have your print option. Now, once again, you're looking for relevant information, and you're also trying to see if there are additional terms that you can actually use. So there is an electronic highlighter here. So remember, you cannot just simply copy and paste something and use it as your own. You read it, you understand it, you give it back in your own words. So as I'm reading this, let's say that I like this particular paragraph and I know that I want to refer back to it. Once I highlight it, I now have the colors of my choices. I can even create my own personal note. I can continue reading through the article. I may find something else. If I want to change the colors, I can. I can create a note. So at this point, I can easily download the entire article or just the highlighted things only, or just print out those particular things. Now, I know you feel very comfortable using popular search engines, but I really hope that you will get to the point to just move out of your comfort zone. As you are introduced to new resources, just simply start using them. Okay. Now, let me just go back because I think the word reduction is not really getting me to where I want. So let me just go back and let's try decrease. Let's see what type of results I actually get this time. Because I think reduction is possibly getting me to like staff reductions and things like that. So, we would just, there are more results listed here. So we would just have to go through to see if they're really giving us something that we can use. So you never wait until the last moment because it may not be as simple as you think it may be. Now I'm closing this out. The last category I want to show you when it comes to searching for information is medicine health, because this is the type of course that you're in. And I would suggest that you possibly use, let's try health and wellness. And I believe you're dealing with childhood obesity, okay, which actually pops up for me. But I think I wanted to do childhood obesity. And are you trying to decrease the numbers maybe of children that are obese? So let's just place that in again. Once again, you just may want to get a full understanding of what you should be trying to find information on. So as I look down through this list, I see something that says reduce childhood obesity. So instead of decrease, you may want to use reduce. So let's see what we actually get. Under showing results for, I have 59 magazine articles, 3 audios, 155 newspaper articles, and 42 academic journals. All of these are full text articles that you can use to try to find information on your topic. Closing this up. Now, of course, we're moving to the writing part of this. So under the category of grammar and under recommended websites, I am selecting the thesis builder. The thesis statement or sentence will let the reader know what your paper is about. You cannot have anything without providing this. This is a software that will help you develop a thesis statement. And all you need to do is, once you have completed all of your research and you feel very knowledgeable of it, simply come and answer these questions. What's the topic you want to write about? What's your main opinion on the topic? What's the strongest argument supporting your opinion? What's a second good argument that supports your opinion? This is not a persuasive paper, so what is a third good argument that supports your opinion? Create a title, and when you select Build the Thesis based upon what you have placed here, it will provide you with a suggested thesis statement. Now, this is not plagiarism as long as you don't copy and paste something from a resource and try to use it as your own. If you don't like the statement that it created, just simply go in and make changes to it until you feel more comfortable with it. There is also an option that says make an online outline. Now, we did not fill in anything now, so let me just select see an example up above. So this is what it will do. It will take your information and it will place it in this style for an outline, okay, where it will place your thesis statement in here, which is your introductory paragraph. And then whatever you place for your supporting detail 1, that will be placed here. What you have for supporting detail 2 will be here. Same for supporting detail 3 will be here. And then your conclusion, which kind of wraps everything back up. Now, your instructor may have informed you what type of outline she actually wants, whether it is a topic outline or a sentence outline. So this just gives you an idea of one that she may or may not accept. Okay, so let's close this out. Back at our listing of databases, before you turn anything in, I suggest that you let Grammarly proof it for you. So this is the only title under databases. Grammarly is a great software for you to use. And as a Southwest student, you will have access to it if you simply register. It asks for your name. You must use your Southwest email, and it asks you for a password. When you select sign up, an email goes to your Southwest email, and you have to complete the validation portion and then wait for your welcome letter. So whatever you have, simply copy and paste it into Grammarly. Grammarly will proof it for grammatical errors, spelling errors, and also plagiarism. It will provide you with a listing of alerts, and those are problems that it actually found. It will then give you suggestions of how to correct those problems. It will provide you with an explanation of why there were problems. And then it also will allow you to simply dismiss it if you didn't think that it was a problem. I want you to keep in mind that if you would feel more comfortable working with someone, you could still go to the Academic Support Center website and sign up for online tutoring. Now, I am simply closing this out. We are going back to the library's homepage. The next thing is I want to make sure that you know how to get assistance. So I am selecting the widget for Ask a Librarian. Okay, the first one says Research Coach. So if you would like a librarian to work with you for about maybe 20 or 15 to 20 minutes, simply submit this request form, letting us know what is a good time. And a librarian will actually reach back out to you and schedule a time to work with you to help you find your information. Ref Chatter allows you to chat with the librarian online. Now, of course, no one is online now, so you have the ability to send an email. These are the hours of operation. And I just want to stress to you that this is not a service to where you can provide us with a set of questions and ask us to provide you with the answers. What we will normally do is guide you to where you can find the answers on your own. You can send us a text message. You can chat with us through our Facebook page. When it comes to the telephone numbers listed here, we have staff members who are responding to any voice messages that are left. As I stated, I am one of the librarians embedded in your course. So if you go to your class list, you will see the option for Ask a Librarian, and you can leave questions there. BombGuard is a software that will allow us to remote out to your computers. This is our departmental email address. And if you can't think of another way to reach out to us, simply go to report a problem and we will respond to you there. Okay. Now, there's one more thing that I wanted to do. So at this point, what I need to do is stop sharing my screen to move from this page. And I need to now go back into share and select a Word document, because there is a way to use Microsoft Word in order to create an outline. So what I am about to show you is what I know personally about outlines, okay? What I have seen is the word outline at the very top, and it is normally centered, okay? Couple of spaces, I'm selecting the left margin again, and at this point I have seen the title of the paper, okay? Followed by the thesis statement, okay, placed there, and maybe spaced down 2 times. Now, looking at my options here where it says paragraph, of course you have your bullets, you have your numbered list, and then the one next to it, if you move your mouse over it, it says multi-level list. And this is what I am selecting. So these are the different styles, and what I have used is define new multi-level list. And let me just walk you through how to use this. These are your levels, and these are the styles that you select. So for level 1, these are your supporting your headings, right? So those are normally in Roman numerals. So what I am about to do is select the style for Roman numerals, and it changes it over. So now I'm selecting the number 2, and I think at this point what we possibly will want to use is numbers. Well, now let's just use alphabets. So let me select uppercase ones, and it places it there. The next one will be number 3. And this time what I want to do is to change this to the number 2. And let's do it in Roman numerals, which will be here. I'm selecting 4. And once again, I believe those are uppercase letters. I'm going to 5. And I think this should be my number 3. And the last one, I want the uppercase letters again. Okay, so now I'm selecting OK. So at this point, I am ready to enter my supporting detail 1, and I just put SD1, okay? That first supporting detail of my, from my, thesis builder. And when I press the enter, of course, it went to number 2, which I don't want the number 2, so I am using my tab key, and it changes it to the letter A, and at this point, I'm able to put my examples, okay? And let's say this is example 1. I press enter, ready for to put in example 2. Now, I'm not sure how many examples you will want, but I'm just doing 2. Now, at this point, I press enter again. I do not want C, so I will just simply press enter again. It goes all the way back over, and now I'm ready for number 2. I do SD, which is supporting detail for number 2. Press enter. I know I don't want that, but I press my tab, and I'm able to now do example 1 for here. This the next one, which was enter. Okay, so hopefully this is kind of making sense to you. I don't want that one, so I just press enter again. So you know we can go through this process, but what you need to do is check with your instructor to see if she wants a topic outline or a sentence outline, and then you just go from there. Now, you can easily just find a YouTube video that will walk you through this process, or just search the web to search for a sample outline. So, you know, they're not really that hard to do. Now, I'm about to stop sharing my screen because I didn't want to just go over this for a long period of time, but I think I've shown you enough so that you can, at least if you haven't started on your project, that you can start on it and feel comfortable. And if you have started, maybe you want to make some changes with what you've done. I do hope that this will help you, and I hope that you will start thinking differently about using the library for support. If you have any questions, please feel comfortable coming to us, letting us know so that we can assist you. I do hope that you will begin to use this. Thank you so much, Ms. Randall, for allowing me to do this, and thank you, students, for your assistance in using our resources. Have a great day now.